The first book got a fair number of complaints that the baby took up way too much time. Bunch of baby haters on the internet. This book is a year later, so now Livy is about 2 years old. She can talk a little bit. I'm a little disappointed the series skipped over her first words and first steps and things like that, but it was probably the right choice to age Livy up because it got rid of all the baby hating complaints.
Argo Funk Book Review. Argo Funk Book Review.
Ellie goes to the Air Force Base. She sees Penny Follett, who's much happier than normal. Penny gives Ellie some coffee beans and promises to call with important news later today. Penny is frightened when 3 pilots enter the room. Ellie passes the coffee on to Lieutenant Georgia Lamar, who's mad about sexist pinup posters in the break area. Penny is the book's murder victim. Her death looks like a suicide, but Penny's phone message says she just learned she's pregnant. She's so happy! Ellie correctly deduces the death was murder. Penny's husband, Will, is a loser who is never home and always drinks beer. He confirms Penny has a problem with the 3 pilots. Later, Will gets drunk and confesses the problem is that the 3 pilots did a naked flight together. That is gross. I'm actually glad the book does not go into detail as to how Penny found out about this. Will doesn't want to deal with his dead wife's messages. He hires Ellie to handle everything, since she's a professional organizer. I understand that our detective hero needs a good reason for taking over the victim's life, but this feels like a bad fit for me. Ellie organizes people's closets for a living. Why hire her to take care of someone's phone messages? The victim left 3 major chores unfinished. They are to deliver art to gallery owner Victor Roth, give photos to art teacher Hetty, and babysit for Ballard Nova. Clarissa Bedford hires Ellie to clean all the junk out of her house. Clarissa is a life-size Barbie doll. She married the much older General Bedford 4 months after his first wife died. Nobody's quite sure why they're married. She doesn't seem to care about him. The Bedfords are added to the suspect list when Ellie learns they argued about Penny the day she was murdered. Lieutenant Georgia is hospitalized after she uses the coffee beans, which came from Penny. Those beans were poisoned. This officially inspires Ellie to start investigating the murder. She looks up Georgia in the phone book under G. Lamar. Ellie laments this bad decision on Georgia's part. Putting down G instead of your full name? That just screams I'm a single woman who lives alone. It does? Why does it? I didn't understand that. Clarissa leaves on a business trip. By chance, Ellie sees the inside of Clarissa's suitcase. It's filled with naughty clothes. By chance, Ellie's best friend is on the same flight. She's able to confirm that Clarissa is a liar. She's not a sales representative like she claims. She's a professional hooker. Ellie overhears Victor Roth talking to a baseball cap criminal at McDonald's. Because of course the criminals talk about their illegal activities in public. The man wants it. And he's not talking about a Big Mac. He's talking about a mystery item. Victor says, I don't have it. Ellie does. Penny must have given it to Ellie for safekeeping. And so for the rest of the book, the criminals try to get it from Ellie. I'm actually kind of surprised how quickly Ellie forgets that conversation. Not long after, she's attacked by a man with a knife. He wants to have it. Clearly, he's talking about the mystery object. Ellie believes the police when they say, nah, he's probably a thief asking about your purse. Ellie goes to Ballard Nova's meeting. Ballard says a bunch of spiritual stuff about ancient wisdom. She sells a lot of beauty products after the meeting, claiming they make you younger. Ellie delivers pictures to Hetty, and she finds Clarissa's dead body in the snow. Clarissa was strangled with lingerie. Hetty saw Clarissa argue with one of the 3 pilots shortly before the murder. She doesn't know which one. While driving, someone hits Ellie's car on purpose in an attempt to run her off the road. The police don't want to investigate the incident, they just ignore it. The man calls Ellie and threatens to do something worse if she doesn't give it up. He hangs up before saying anything else. It's threatening, but also not very useful. Even if Ellie knew what the mystery object was, she doesn't know how to give it to the culprits. Ellie investigates one of the pilots, Aaron. She eventually uncovers his big secret, which is that his wife is a fake artist. He makes all the paintings that she sells. At the art gallery showing, an older woman makes pointed remarks that Ellie is a thief who is robbing Turkey's heritage. The woman confronts Ellie later, demanding to have it back. Ellie insists she has no idea what's going on. The woman says, "That's too bad," and she leaves. Ellie seriously should not have let the woman leave without getting a full explanation of what the heck is going on. Ellie's already been attacked and almost run over. Luckily, the culprit's next move is less dangerous. They kidnap her dog for a few days. Hey, free dog sitting! This time, when the culprit calls, he doesn't say he wants it, he says he wants the book. Ellie tries searching the victim's house, but she doesn't find a book worth killing someone over. Victor Roth is accused of selling fake merchandise, and people protest Ballard's store. It turns out that Ballard ran a similar scam in California before the government shut her down. Part of the mystery is solved when a plumber finds a plastic bag inside of the coal chute that Ellie didn't know she had. It has a thumb drive inside with a document in Greek. A neighbor identifies it as one of the lost letters of St. Paul. Presumably, that's what the culprit is after. During a haircut, Ellie sees Victor Roth. She follows him. He secretly meets with one of the pilots, Rory. Rory gives Victor some smuggled goods from Turkey, including the victim's rug. That's enough evidence to prove they're guilty. Ellie calls the police on Rory. They find plenty of evidence he killed both victims to cover up the smuggling. Victor manages to escape justice, though. He sends Ellie a postcard suggesting they'll meet again someday. Lieutenant Georgia decides to destroy the posters in the break room. She rips them into tiny pieces and uses a prayer rug to set them on fire. Bad decision! The letter from Paul is hidden in the prayer rug. General Bedford is the leader of the smugglers. He gives himself away by attacking Georgia in order to get the hidden letter. Ellie knocks Bedford unconscious. He's arrested. The letter from Paul is revealed as a fake, probably because no such letter has been found in real life. In a cliffhanger, Ellie realizes she's probably pregnant. The end. Post-book follow-up. I don't want to be negative, but my honest opinion is what I said about the first book. I think the book is too long, and I would prefer it if it was 100 pages shorter. I think all the stuff with Ballard Nova could have been cut. The 3 pilots could have been combined into 1 or 2, and Victor Roth could have been combined with Hetty. Some of the one-scene characters could have been swapped out for more important characters. I forgot a handful of characters who appeared in the second half. Like, there are 3 scenes about tracking down Karen, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember who she was or why she mattered. But hey, this is far from the first time I've wished a cozy mystery did not have a minimum word count to reach. While I definitely feel the manuscript could be shorter and tighter, I never felt like it was deliberately wasting my time, like the Hannah Swenson series does. Well, except for the cleaning tips at the end of each chapter, I skipped those every time. General Bedford made for a good surprise culprit, although I'm still wondering why he married Clarissa. She must not have known about his illegal activities, since she didn't go to him when she was asking for a larger cut. Overall, I would recommend this book if you liked the first one. I think it's more of the same. I can see why many people think it's an improvement. I give Mom's Home number 2, Staying Home as a Killer, a 5 out of 10.